What's up?
Nothing. I want to talk about the Red Sox. They've been surprising me.
Yeah. Well, we talked about this
So
earlier. I don't think any of us thought that they would be a
Mhm.
couple games out on June 19th. So I think we're all.
if they stay like this, do you think that they should add at the trade deadline? Because I personally think if they can not screw it up and get a card spot, they can make a deep run. They play good teams very well.
Yes, they do. The weekend was extraordinary. Won 4 out of 6 against two really good teams. And last night, I think second time this season, they have been trailing in the 6th and have come back to win a baseball game. So they are a surprisingly good baseball team despite the injuries.
Yes.
But you need to add to it. And I think Curtis made a great point earlier this morning when it comes to the opportunity to keep Alex Cora. If that's what you want, you should probably add to this baseball team. I mean, how much, when you look at this team, Curtis?
Yes.
Being above 500 with all the injuries that they have dealt with.
39-35, which is a modern miracle.
How much of that do you credit to Alex Cora?
The vast majority.
You do?
Absolutely.
Okay.
What did Tristan Casas say to us in spring training? He is the backbone of the organization. We all jumped off. I led the charge jumping off. Literally it was just Ken on the bandwagon at the start of the season.
Yeah.
Because of Giolito when Casas went down and the injuries up and down the roster. Trevor Story didn't even play. And they are doing what they've done each of the last 3 years, which is start off overachieving only to see the team do nothing at the deadline to help, which led to a second half fade. And if the Red Sox did one thing between now and July 31st, and it was giving Cora a new 5-year deal, everybody would be on board.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason Cora isn't doing that is because he sees the future of the organization. And it's one in which the person who has all the power, John Henry, says that we're the problem for demanding championships now. I mean, that quote to Financial Times, I'm sorry, I don't know how you unsee that. And if you're Cora, and let's say, as Lou Merloni said to us in Florida, what's if the Dodgers don't win it this year? We all love Dave Roberts, but he'll likely be fired. And what an opportunity to manage that team if you're Alex Cora.
Right.
He's going to have...
As opposed to managing a 2-3 year rebuild or whatever you're going to call it.
Right. And just like not letting a player get to free agency, the second Cora's out there at the end of the year, does anybody think the Red Sox will outbid another team to keep his services as the manager?
I don't.
The only shot you have is doing it now.
Yeah.
I just don't. It's really infuriating because there are a lot of young players that are easy to root for. Tanner Houck's been awesome. Pavetta's been good. It's a good team, but the buy-in from the owner isn't there. So why should it be from the fan base?
It also is a bit worrisome, Curtis, when it comes to the fact that they've kind of put it on Craig Breslow. That
Right.
it's kind of his decision on
To
whether or
keep
not
Cora?
Alex Cora stays or goes.
And we all believe that is completely not his decision.
Right, but
No,
to
I
put
think
the blame on
Right.
somebody already.
But I think at this point it's Alex Cora's
Yeah.
decision, don't you?
Yes.
No?
Yes, it's his
You
all
think
day.
there's some debate when it comes to John Henry, Sam Kennedy, whomever, about whether or not Alex Cora should stay here?
There has
No.
been an internal strife because if they're all on the same page, just waiting to figure out what the money will be, Sam Kennedy saying the team underachieved doesn't create the 10-alarm fire it did. There is a lot of tension. I think that Sam Kennedy, rightfully or wrongfully, believes that the team was loyal to Cora at his lowest point.
Yep.
And that Cora has not given the organization that same treatment in terms of loyalty. And I just go back to Greg. Look at the GMs that when the Red Sox GM job used to become available, it was one of the most coveted spots in all of sports. Now they had to literally interview 10 people before landing on Breslow, who was just a flaky for Theo Epstein, which is why they brought him in. And his first job, Courtney's dead on, according to Sam, with Ken and I at Springfield at Winter Weekend, was Breslow was in charge of whether or not the team would retain Alex Cora. It's all a ruse. That's what it is. Sam Kennedy finished in last place 3 or 4 years, and he got promoted.
Oh, so did Alex Cora, finished in last place 2 of the last 3 years or whatever it was. So, if anything, the Red Sox have given him. They threw him a lifeline,
but he got no help at the deadline both of those years.
And he was mad about it.
And the players were saying, give us some help.
Yes, I agree.
Literally saying it publicly, please give us some help.
I agree with you. They didn't add at those points in times. But if anything, Alex Cora has, flown under the radar in all this. He's finished in last place the last 2 years. And you look at what they threw him a lifeline to bring him back to be the manager of this team. And I agree with you, Greg. I think they're saying, hey, Alex, would you like to come back?
Yeah.
So they're basically saying to him, but he's the one that he might be unsure.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he's kind of said that.
Right.
And we're very excited to have Sam Kennedy on this program tomorrow.
Yes.